Hi, I'm Sarah Gordon, but you're very welcome to call me H. All my friends do, for reasons that are far too long and involved for me to go into today. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my top tips, and the top tips will be around time management. Time management, I know, is an area that lots of people struggle with. Even some of the best business gurus struggle with time management, so really don't be ashamed if it's something that you struggle with too. Time management is a bit of a misnomer, really, because you can't manage time. There are 24 hours a day, that's it. You can't knit anymore. I'm really sorry, I wish I could. You can only control how you use the time that you have available to you. There are loads of techniques around. There's the Pomodoro technique, there's the I'm only going to do the 3 most important things technique. There's so many different options out there. Sometimes it can be really hard to decide which one's going to be right for you. So what I'd like to do today is to share one that always works for me. It was taught to me very, very many years ago. I'm guessing probably about 18 years ago. And every time I feel like I've got too much on, every time I feel I'm overwhelmed and I don't know where to start, I just get out a piece of paper and I use this technique. It was taught to me as Dale Carnegie's $64,000 time management plan. For those of you who don't know him or aren't familiar with his work, Dale Carnegie wrote a very influential book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, it was quite a long time ago. It was back in 1936, but it's still referenced today as a really influential text. He struggled with his time management despite being this amazing business guru, and someone offered him a time management plan for free, but he said, no, I always pay for things that I take. What I'll do is I'll trial your time management plan and I'll pay you what I think it's worth to me over the course of a year. $64,000 in 1936 is $1 million today. Very simple. Get a piece of paper, 5 columns, A, B, C, D, E. Column A, the things that must be done today or really bad things happen. Column B, must be done tomorrow or really bad things happen. Column C, it must be done, it's really important, but it can wait a couple of days. Column D is one of my favourites. Column D is D for delegate. Don't forget, you don't have to do everything yourself. And actually, delegation can be a really powerful tool to develop your team. Don't just delegate the dull and boring stuff, delegate the interesting stuff that you'd like to do if you had time. And obviously set your follow-ups as appropriate in column A, B or C. Column E is kind of dual purpose. I use it as my eventually column. So I use it to capture the things that I definitely want to do, the big ideas, the big projects that aren't going to be in the immediate future, but I don't want them dropping off my radar. I don't want to forget about them. You can also use that column to proactively decide not to do things. This is the way it was originally taught to me. The things that you write in column E are the things that you'd like to do, but you now haven't done them for so long, it would be pointless doing them. So you write all those things that are making you feel guilty in that column, things like reading that article that is now 2 months out of date, returning the call to that salesperson who, let's face it, it's their job to chase you. It's not your job to go back to them. So these are the things that are really guilt tripping you. You don't have to do them. Write them down in column E and cross them out first thing in the morning. Hey presto, you've done 1/5 of your to-do list. Now the key thing to remember about this is when you're looking at what goes in column A and column B, be realistic with yourself. There are things that you may like to do today, but if you did them tomorrow, would the world fall apart? If the answer is no, they don't go in column A. Column A is only the things that you absolutely must do today. Then the trick is just do the A's. If you only do the A tasks, and as you get interrupted inevitably throughout the day, don't do those things straight away. Put them in the correct column. Do they need to be done today? You'll usually finish all your A's and even start on your B's. Now what this system does is it trains your brain to prioritise. Every time something comes up, you think, does this need to be done today? Or can I put it on my to-do list for tomorrow or the day after or just a long-term project? Can I give it to someone else to do? It trains you to prioritise really effectively. And by prioritising really effectively, you free up loads of time. And that time can be used for you to be proactive rather than reactive. And ultimately, it's when you do things in a proactive way that you actually achieve more and move forward. The key thing though, as I said to you, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you just feel like there's too much that you have to do, If you narrow it down to only the things that you absolutely have to do today, life becomes so much less stressful. Thank you very much for listening. My contact details are on the screen. If you've got ideas for any other topics that you would like to see me cover, then please do get in touch. And let me know in the comments below if you find this time management plan helpful. Thanks.